Hello guys, welcome to the course of Laravel 8 API development tutorial. This is part 15. Inside this video, we are going to create an API for our update information. If I back to editor, in the last video, step by step we had done for this create, list, and we had done get single employee detail. Now this time we will work for update API. So inside this update API, we need to pass body parameters, it means updated employee information, as well as employee ID. On the behalf of this employee ID, what we are getting inside this ID variable, we will update the existing data by the help of body parameters, what we will get via request instance. So go here inside this method block. First of all, we need to check that the employee exists on the behalf of this ID or not. So let's say if employee, we will use where method, let's ID equals to ID, and we will use exist method. If suppose employee exists, then we will go inside this if block, otherwise we will go inside this else block. So in the last video we had handled the same situation, so I will copy this message something employee not found, go inside this else block and pasting it here. Now inside this if block, it means we have now employee. So what I will do, let's employee equals to employee, we will use find method, and inside this find method we will pass employee ID. Here what find method will do, find method in Laravel basically finds the data on the behalf of primary key. As we can see here that inside this where method we have specified the column, but inside this find method we haven't specified that this ID is compared with the ID column. Automatically this find method will look this ID with the primary key. So after finding details, what I will do, we need to update the existing data. So here let's say employee, we need to update our name value. So let's request name here. Now if I will copy, paste few more times, the second is for let's say email. I will copy, pasting it here. Next we have something for the phone number, copy, paste. Here we have for the gender, I will copy and paste. And for the last time that we have called age here. So let's say that, and one more thing, while updating information we want some form validation as well. But here we are discussing all about update employee method. So this time we are not going to implement such type of validation, because while updating any information, this information is either required or not. Let's say that we have a case when we want to update all information, but also we have the second case in which we want to update only phone number. So we can't specify the form validation like all the fields are required in the case of update employee API. So instead what I will do, we need to check that if not empty, it means inside our body parameters if the name key exists and if it has a value, then in that situation we need to update with the updated value, otherwise employee and name, we will update our name field with the existing value. What this line means? This line means that if we are passing the name value inside body for update, let's say for the new value, if the new value exists and it is not empty, then we will update, otherwise the existing value will be updated. So same we need to repeat for all the columns. If I copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste, and finally copy and paste. Now we need to change the keys. So email, copy and paste. Next we have for the phone number, so I will copy, for the gender, and finally for the age. So after updating information, we need to return a response, that is user has been updated. So let's return response JSON method. Let's say status equals to 1 message employee updated successfully. Now save all these changes, and also if we want to specify the HTTP code, we can write it here, but by default it will return 200. Now if you go inside this API.php, so to call this method update employee, the syntax is something update employee. We need to use put request type, and also we need to pass the employee ID into the URL. So back to Postman. First of all, I will copy this syntax. It means the URL like localhost, API, single employee and all, but inside this case we have update-employee. So I will copy, go here, and let's say that by default, if we want to update 20th ID, put request type, and 20th ID, as we know that this does not exist in our table. So when we press send button, employee not found. But when we pass the to value, as we know that it exists, and let's say that for this second number employee ID, we want to update this name value. So go here, headers, we will pass content type equal to application JSON, accept application JSON, go to body, raw, and inside this we need to pass, let's say if we want to update the name value only, Vijay Kumar Singh. This is the name what we have written as updated value instead of this old value. Now when we press this send button, status equals to OK, employee updated successfully. Now if you back to this API which is listing all the employees, click on send button, and I think that the employee has not been updated. If I back to editor, and if we go inside the update employee method, here we are finding the details, updating all the informations. And one more thing, actually the most important thing, we forgot to add using save method. Because without save method, how can we update the information to database? So simply employee and save. All we have done. So if we save all these changes, back to Postman, go here, let's say update employee 2. Now I press send button, employee updated successfully, go to the list of APIs, click on send button, and as we can see that the name has been updated. Now one more time, if we want to update the information of this third number employee ID, let's say name and gender. So how can we update? Simply go here, pass employee ID is equals to 3. Let's say we want to name the update here. This is the name, and here we want to update the gender. So let's say female. So on the behalf of this third number employee ID, we are updating this information. Click on send button, employee updated successfully. Go here. If we click on send button, and as we can see that the name has been updated and the gender has been updated. So successfully guys, this is the API concept where we have implemented update concept, and this is we have used put request type. Here we are finding the employee exists or not. If it exists, we are finding all the details, updating all the existing values and saving inside our table. And if employee does not exist, simple, we have the response as employee not found. In the next video, we will work over the last API of this API controller concept for delete employee. So for this video session guys, thank you for watching and have a great day.